and Toda, Eden, and much ahava to you. Thank you for sharing the prayers in the beautiful language and the love from your heart and soul. And show some love, Lida Parent Harris. You like the Francais, huh? How did I know? Growing up in Boston, it's a hockey sports town.
Yeah. And
the infamous Toronto Maple Leafs, then Philadelphia Flyers goaltender, Bernie Parent. All right. The perfect dance, a celebration of souls. Welcome to the realm of love and light. O mane padme, o mane. O mane padme, o mane. Reaching for the light of day, O mane padme, o mane. O mane padme, o mane. Reaching for the light of day, O mane. O mane. O mane. O mane. Lost in a song, sweet echo of your voice, a parade in the streets, reaching for the light. Dream-paced footsteps on a boulevard of fashion, flickering under a street lamp, the parking meter flashes. A tidal wave of thoughts dancing under a worn cap as faces pass by, reaching for the light. Brothers and sisters worldwide were reaching for the light. A stranger passed by, reaching for the light. Reaching for the light of day. Brave hearts yield love, read the human marquee sign, a parade in the streets, reaching for the light. Siren screams fade with closing barroom doors. People disappear, returning to their homes. Some to a bed of grass, some to a mattress on a bed, some to a cold pavement where angry blood has shed. One match burned dimly inside a sidewalk crack when the stranger reappeared to bring life back. Reaching for the light of day. Truth screams from the streets of the heart. Nectar of life in the palm of a hand. Soul stirs the merchant dream of a moment. A sign of promise in a capitalist land. One breath blew it all the way. On the silent wings of a butterfly. Time after time we prevent love's decay when we walk beyond the eternal line. Sweet jasmine filled the acrid city air, blossoming through a rusted chain-link fence. Colorful refuse swirled our feet. Drunken bodies lay drowned in defeat. A pungent aroma from a hidden alley. Got lost in love as I slowly passed by. The mirror of fate blinks mighty and fast when we walk beyond the eternal line. Angelic friend whispered into my ear, you're a servant of God, have no fear. No need to look hard, no need for tears. See the flower path before you painted in a mural that reads, welcome. A spiritual sign when we walk beyond the eternal line. Woo! Next one for Elizabeth Hack, who published this in San Francisco, Peace and Hope, one of the most beautiful literary arts journals that I've ever seen, and grateful to her and the great staff up there, and to Ariadne Sawyer up in Vancouver, British Columbia this week for also reading that on her show at CFRO FM up there in Vancouver, and selected as a featured poet as part of the World Poetry International. So grateful, so many beautiful people out there and so much loving energy. This one's called The Inner Sun. The inner sun rises from deep within the soul, bringing all that comes with the dawn. It shines brightly through the eyes while glowing around the body during its peak. At sunset, it evokes a light beam of energy that pierces through the dusk at an exponential power and shimmers with ultimate passion amidst the stars. One language called harmony transcended the borders of native-speaking tongues and carried a melodious tune around the globe. One heart pulsed harmony, carrying a beat and lifelong rhythm transcending the drum of the soul. One language called harmony. Harmony called a language of one. A language of one. A language of the heart. The heart of a language called one. A downpour of thoughts through sheets of rain. Puddles echo from my window pane. Standing near, the howling wind calls, an ever-beating heart as gray skies fall, obscuring the city and mountaintops too, undressing my eyes to life in hue, where loneliness and despair dissipate through a sudden break in the clouds, and the heavenly light from above shone radiant and proud. Footsteps in motion, jubilant, crossing back and forth, grace with every turn as the beat of life pulses with motherly love. The perfect dance, a celebration of souls, an embrace of grandeur painted with each breath, as precious moments light the way far beyond the human eye, where dancing tides swirl from the echoing heart, and the everlasting joy of human connection resides amidst a constellation of stars. Thank you. Go ahead. Show some love. I can feel the love and energy. It's contagious when that happens. And feeling the romantic tonight. And my hands are shaking like rabbit hair. That means we're really giving it. We're feeling it, right?
That's right, brother.
Get that tremble. It's a beautiful thing. Wow. She moves me into a world of sweat through her sun-drenched dress, a fluttering butterfly in the perfume-scented wind, blowing away the veil, revealing her heart. Kissing in the midnight blue, our lips are embraced in a polyrhythmic motion that forms the word whisper. Delicate and daring, the soft, wet music of our mouths tenderly trembles through us, resonating the sounds of angels, gently plucking on lyres, calling us one by one. And now, the beauty of social media, I'm going to make a dedication to Nicole, who is a ship captain. This is from Instagram. So the lovely and beautiful heart, she reached out and we connected, and it's so beautiful. So she is navigating the waters to West Africa at this time. And this is for you, Ship Captain Nicole. It's called Conversation with the Sea. Have you ever engaged in a conversation with the sea, where all thoughts transacted flowed with ease? Understanding is mutual and done in grace, as light passages illuminate through the running waves. Deep, alluring, turquoise view, reminiscing nooses of a world sinew, with a spiritual elevation only the towers of love can reach, while crashing waves of delight sparkle across the silver beach. Pebbles recede in a shaken rainstick song, and seashells echo over and beyond. Love, love, love is the way. A saltwater transfusion relieving minds that hate. Listen, listen, listen to my words. I am the ocean, your friend on a constant course, sharing and giving soul-cleansing ways to a universal power above the sun-beaming rays. Burn with me all night, sweet love. Fire flame kisses dance from our lips. Turn your supple body into a house of passion, a mirrored image in a movable feast. Burn with me all night, sweet love, beaming energy in a magnetic embrace. Swallowing delicious visions of you, our hearts burst into a freshly fallen rain. Flower petals downpour from the celestial skies as we celebrate moments in this ever-flowing life. Life clenched fist, turning point has passed. A face in the mirror is all that will ever last. Obstacles come, interrupt the flow. Lord of humanity, please bring us home. Embrace a call to arms, loving and tender, for the man lying in the alley and the hordes of homeless wandering sadly. Train running hard, I hear you coming our way, kicking up refuse of society's decay. Next stop, announce a heavenly place called divine. To an unclenched fist of freedom, let our spirit rise. A face in the mirror is all that will ever last if you turn a cheek to poverty and pretend you never asked. Thank you. This next one, how we doing all right? Everybody good? Okay. Is called A Saint in the City. It's more. Unnoticed, he travels the sidewalks and alleyways, sharing leftover food and pocket change to those in despair standing on corners, living out of shopping carts and shuffling to keep warm. No recognition, accolades, or media-worthy story attention is given, but the action takes place. He dries the tears and wipes the dirt from faces with restaurant napkins, consoling the unfortunate without therapist prices. This unknown person carries on with charitable work sacred to those who receive. The dire streets are his place of worship for those forgotten. No titles or distinction are necessary, and a mere thank you is suffice. Many will never know of his whereabouts, but he exists. He is the evolution of endless time, the Buddha, Jesus, Mohammed, and all thoughts of greatness beyond the human eye and brain. He is the saint in the city, cloaked in a robe of heart and compassion. A saint in the city amongst you and me and me and you and everyone we know. A saint in the city, walking in love and light. Thank you. Tears for peace run down the face of humanity. Crying wounds of hate seek impossible escape. When the light of the soul clenches the darkness of barbaric ways, tears for peace run down the face of humanity. Oh, sweet world, gift of life and mind, remove evil teachings from the eyes of humankind. Lift us from the dust of earth, return us from the heavenly skies. Embrace the call to oneness in the sharing of eternal life. Tears for peace run down the face of humanity. Down the face of humanity run tears of peace. tears for peace, peace for tears, tears for peace, peace or tears.
Yeah.
Thank you. And since sharing the performing trembles with our poet laureate of North Hollywood in such a, I mean, so inspiring, Radamel, man. Pleasant surprise, I'm so glad, man. And this is the very first poem that I ever read in public, which is a eulogy to my mother, who I took through a horrific cancer process, carried and cleaned her for several months, and it was in January, and this was in Boston, freezing cold day, and I go back to an old home, my grandmother's home, and had the old cast iron radiator, and the window was fogged up, the steam from the radiator with the cold, and I looked out across the street, the house with the monstrosity of what is a willow tree that was bare in the winter. And the poem came out, and when I read it at her funeral as a eulogy, that was the first poem I ever read in public, so I always make sure I honor her as part of the my creative being that I am here. It's called Circle of Love. A picture of you, a smiling face. Your dancing shadow leaves a trace. Your father's torch will keep you warm through the cold and the harm. In this circle of love where the flowers grow, in this circle of love where the heart shows, there's a poem of love that's only real, where the flowers blossom and the wounds heal. I love you. All right, thank you. I'm gonna have one more. It's a Buddhist expression I came across, and it just resonated, and it's a newer poem for me. It's called DHANA METTA, D-H-A-N-A, and then M-E-T-T-A, which is like a giving freely from the loving heart. Let's see how this one, Open sky, the true dream of life, spread across the infinite fields of boundless love, where the gentle touch of someone's hand caresses your inner being and comforts your soul. Where giving freely from the heart with loving kindness reigns supreme, and the soft smile of your beautiful face shines a radiant light of joy, splashing a colorful painted rainbow over our sea of humanity, swimming through lives past and present, suspending Earth's daily routine for a precious moment. As the true dream of life unfolds to fruition, and the infinite fields of boundless love heed the call to an everlasting blossom, transcending us as one to the open sky. Thank you, Lida Parent Harris. Thank you all for your kind attention. This is a beautiful, loving space. My best friend, Tony Graywall here. That's the love right here. I'm so grateful. And thank you. Pleasure meeting everybody. Turn the mic over. Thank you kindly.
Thank you, James Berkowitz.
All right, James.
We all love artists. We all love poets, right? Let's show our appreciation and please give. All money is going to artists to the fund, so if you want to contribute, it would be much appreciated. Thank you. How y'all doing? Having fun? Hanging in there? All right. So glad that you guys are still here. We have one last feature for the evening. I'm just really glad to be her friend, and she's going to bless us with this beautiful work that she's just going to just shatter the roof off with. And we really appreciate her. President Shauna Couples, everybody.